was interesting. That was a first. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are on this gigantic ball we call Earth. My name is Doc Skinner. This is 1028 Productions, broadcasting from the beautiful White Mountains of Arizona. And I think it's still the United States. Wow. We were going to have John Edwards on tonight, talk about the Stardust Ranch. And he called me and he was like, you got to talk about all this other stuff. He goes, no one's going to want to listen to that tonight. We'll do it another night. I was like, understood. So, yeah. So here we are. Wall Street Journal, mob storms Capitol. Biden certification delayed. Protesters are in the building. Democrats win control of Senate. USA Today. Pro-Trump mob storm U.S. Capitol. Violence follows Trump refusal to give up power. Yeah, that was a who is that guy right there? That's what I want to know. Who's that dude that's willing to look down the barrel of a gun, multiple guns? Jesus. All right. What we're gonna do? Yeah, I'll just show you some of these images. So we have this image. We got these are going to be iconic images in history. I'll tell you. This was yesterday was something's going to change the world, kind of like 9/11 did. And so, there's like full of images. Okay, so here's another one. This guy right here egging it on. I just have a feeling he's not an actual Trump supporter. Everybody's hiding. Okay, dude, I haven't bought papers in a long time. There's another. I'll save that one for last because I want to talk about that one. Then we have everybody climbing the walls and whatnot. Insane. But we need to address the fact that this was not everybody that was at the event. I can vouch for some of those people that were there, a couple that I personally know. I mean, we've had Paula Asteria, Robin Ben from Edge of Wonder, Brooks Agnew, Reven Rising, and his partner. They weren't involved in that part. I mean, they marched to the Capitol like everybody else, but they said, and I've had videos sent to me I cannot repost because they come up as fake news, but there is a video. Fortunately, look, folks, I'm riding the fence tonight. Okay, I'm right on that razor's edge. So let's see. Cool, fantastic. Another fire that just got put out. So I'm glad about that. That would have been a doozy one. Yeah, that involves, yeah. So we'll leave it at that. Okay, so anyway, this was not everybody that came. It was a peaceful thing, a rally all day, all the way past the speech, and then they marched and they got to the Capitol. Well, I have video that was sent to me of police SUVs, don't know which branch, lights on, escorting a bus of what is said to have been Antifa. And so, and I couldn't post that story because it kept blocking it out. And then there was the post from the Washington Times, and immediately they said that was fake news. And it said that the facial recognition cameras in the Capitol building, captured everybody that was causing trouble, and they discovered it was members of Antifa. That story is getting blocked, even though it was in the Washington Times. And where did I put that? Is that the one I'm saving? I want to talk last because that's no, but people say there wasn't a lot of people there. There was a lot of people there. So now let me just clarify with everybody that's watching right now. I do not agree with people going in there and taking over the offices, and I mean that was some revolutionary stuff. But yeah, I think we all know who that was. It wasn't supporters of Trump, but either way, that's all a matter of opinion. And tonight, what you're going to hear is my opinion. It might upset some people that have followed me for a long time, and I'm sorry, but I've kept quiet for a long time. I try to do happy, funny, fuzzy stuff with little pink bunnies. And yeah, I mean, I agree with protest. I agree with standing up for your rights. I do not agree with what happened yesterday and the fact that there was loss of life. But yeah, so like I mentioned a minute ago, people that you know that have been on my show, and many found out many people that were at Disclosure Con were there. But the one that really just blew my, oh wait, there's one more picture here. Arizona Republic, this pro-Trump mob invades the Capitol. Okay, I'm just reading the news, folks. Just checking out the news here. And same images. And watching the videos, it's like there was a small group of people at the front of at the Capitol building, and they egged everybody on to follow them, and they're dressed in Trump gear and whatnot. And people followed, not thinking, okay, they know what they're doing. But then it starts breaking up, and I think that's when they all realize, okay, time to turn around, because you can see who the Trump supporters are when they're walking through the galley, and the video shows them. And they're walking between the ropes, being all kind of, just taking photos of the statues. And then you see the small group of people up front that were being rebellious and egging on the police and all that, and chasing them. I mean, that was ridiculous. That was just pathetic. But it's the same tactics as another group. But now where's the one I want to show? Okay. So, as you know, if you've been watching the news or following the posts or anything, there's been one in particular person that that came up. First off, I don't know. Where is it? This one right here. Okay. So I'm sure some call him Buffalo Man or whatever, but this guy right here. Well, it turns out he was at Disclosure Con last year. That's right, folks. Let me show you real quick. Let me pull up another thing, and I'm going to share it on the video. Come on now. Where are we? Go to my page. If you haven't subscribed or liked, go ahead and do that now. I mean, if you want to, that'd be awesome. Okay, so I'm going to bring this over here to this window, which will be the window I shall share right now. There we go. All right. So as you see, this is the guy from yesterday, and this is the same guy at Disclosure Con at the Honda Casino Resort last year, my Disclosure Con event. I actually talked to him, and here he is at my event. He's talking. There's a Ben Chastain from Edge of Wonder. They were there speaking, and I met this guy. Didn't understand. I thought he was there for the costume contest, but turns out he goes everywhere like this. So from what I've learned, let me minimize that. His name is, he's 31-year-old Joshua Knowles of Gilbert, Arizona. He was one of two that were arrested in D.C. Another one was 50-year-old Marcia Murphy of Tucson, arrested for entering the Capitol unlawfully during the riot. Two Arizonians, along with others from all over the U.S., are now facing unlawful entry and curfew violation charges. So far, authorities say they have arrested dozens of individuals following the violent incident. Now, let's see. Let's go back to, I'll save that for a second. Let's go back to here. Now, anybody that went in there, broke anything, went into the offices, sat in Nancy Pelosi's chair. Sorry. I think of her and that comes out. I'm sorry. But sitting in her chair and all that, it's not how you do things. So no, I am against it. Okay, so let's get that understood. And they need to be held accountable for it, period. I couldn't do my show yesterday. Plus, I knew there was something, it was just something not right. And I didn't, I mean, everybody else was going live and reporting, and God bless them. But I was like, something's not right. And then I got the report from the Washington Times about the facial recognition and who they were. And, I also got intel from someone who has a family member in the Marines that they were being deployed to DC, but not to arrest protesters. They were actually going after Antifa members. And I was told that that guy was one of the people that they were targeting. Because of the seriousness of that claim, I did not come on live last night to report it. But it did mention that. I think I did post it though. That they were. I didn't say. Oh, I didn't say who. I just said that they're coming in to make arrests, but I didn't say who. A little part of me says I wish I did, because that would have helped with my street cred, I think. But yeah, I'm starting to get things sent to me and whatnot, and a lot of it ends up happening, and it's kind of spooky. It's kind of spooky, but that's the way of the world, I guess. So anyway, let me cross that one out. So that's who that is. Here is. Let me go back to the share. Sorry. Here's a picture of the same guy, and this is his acting resume, which I guess he has, his stage name is Jake Angeli. And let me just say this. When I met him, of course, it was very, very brief because I was like running all over the place trying to get things, making the show happen at the event. And I think I was like running by him, and he stopped me and said, "Hey, man, I hear you the guy that's throwing this." And he was very polite to me. Okay, that is my firsthand experience with this gentleman, and I thought he was there for the cosplay contest. I really did. I mean, I complimented him on his outfit, and I think I maybe said like, "Are you enjoying the show?" Or because I was always asking everybody, what do you guys think? What can I improve on? But that's how brief it was. And so when I saw him yesterday on all the newscasts and stuff, and on the YouTubes, that it was something. So I was like, what is it about this guy? And then one of my friends who's a photographer up here on the mountain, he's like the man when it comes to photography. He's just magical. And he was taking photos at my event. And oh, let me pull this up for so you can see here. Can I go to the next photo now? Go back to here. Yeah, so this photo was shot at my event, DisclosureCon 2019. And I think it was 2019. But yeah, this photo was shot by Mike Mahoney. I told you, he does amazing work. But I'm not saying anything good or really bad about this person because I don't know him. He just was at my event. I didn't see him do any threatening or violence towards anybody. He was kind of just walking in, which is still not cool, but especially without a shirt on. I mean, come on, no shirt, no service. Come on, that's a given. Oh wow, yeah, there's the pass on his wrist. I didn't even notice that. That's a general admission strap. I didn't notice that. Yeah, and the tats are cool, but I mean, someone said something about the axe on his chest. Yeah, I probably would have done better on that one. I wonder if that was his first. But look, I can't sit. Oh wait, hold on. You can't see me. My bad. Hold on 1 minute. I hope you could hear me. Not paying attention. So yeah, I wanted to bring that up, and because it will probably come up somewhere. Probably some like association, he was at Disclosure Con, so we're all anyway. But yeah, that was a big trip when Mike posted. He goes, looky what I found. And I was like, it all clicked. I was like, that's where I know the guy from. He was at Disclosure Con. And what was crazier is that the first year of Disclosure Con in 18, we had one of the people who came. I didn't get to meet because I didn't realize who they were then. Was Vincent Fusco was at Disclosure Con, and that I look back and I'm like, God, man, I would love to just shake his hand, just in case if it really was JFK Jr. But I don't know, folks. This whole thing with Q, they were promising stuff, man. Who knows? All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Okay, first off, oh, shoot, I'm not even in the chat room. Click the chat room. Oh, hello, everybody. We got Renee Cruz. Hello, Mike Johnson, Tammy McKee, B. Baker, Off-World Adam, Dave Dennis from Australia. Welcome. Alien Girl. All my regs. I love you guys. You're like the Musketeers. I love it. But cooler. Vernon Daniels, Rick Mackey. Hello, brother. How you doing? Dave Dennis. I got you twice, brother. CN77. Ooh, you look new from Oz, so Australia. Welcome. Hello. And then I'll read all the comments section. I just want to get everybody, do a big shout out to everybody. You guys are just going off. I love it. It just keeps going and going. You guys are wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to read all this stuff. And Ricky, and Ricky Mondragon. Hello from Chi City. Welcome. Okay, and then over here in Facebook world, make this big so I can see it. Don't want to forget anybody. We got Reba. Hello, dear. How are you? Phoebe, welcome. Hello. Michael Senior Warner. Sarah McMillan. Hello, dear. Randy. Hello. Drew Provost. Welcome. Ron Osborne. Bill Winger. Oh, you guys are awesome. I got a lot to read. I'm gonna play catch up. Oh my gosh, we got Cuz. Hello, Cuz. She knows who she is. Cheryl. Hello, dear. Susan Jung Hedstrom. That's a new one. I haven't recognized before. Welcome to the show. Sweets Kins. I butchered that, didn't I? I'm so sorry. But Doc, no pick. Oh yeah, I had to do the 60-second thing. It's black. Media says he had something to do with QAnon. Okay, well, we'll get in all that. Mark J's here. Welcome, brother. Timothy Foley as well. Hello, sir. Teresa Morris. Vince, how are you? He says crazy. It is. Catherine McAuliffe Willis. Hello. Okay, so yeah, it's a crazy thing. It's like I'm having a Forrest Gump moment just on the cusp of history. Yesterday was historical. We have to give it that. But all right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to invite anybody who wants to come on. We did this the other night, and it seemed to be pretty cool. So I'm going to post this over here into the chat room for Twitch, YouTube, Periscope, and D Live. If you want to come in, I can have up to 6 people. I'm going to paste this over in Facebook world as well. You got to make sure you got a webcam now. Michael Sanchez from Texas, welcome. Hey, brother, love you, Mark. Mark J, he's my man. I don't know, like 100 years we've known each other. Tina Payne says, howdy. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Okay. Let me try to scroll to the top, see where I can go for this. I know I'm going to fall behind again, but hellos. Antifa guy. Well, I don't know. Yeah, that was a total setup job yesterday. Bus loads of Antifa thugs shuttled in. Dave Dennis says, yes, that is actually true. There was a police escort. I meant left side of chest, actually. Well, I don't know where that meant. CAN77 says, good day from Oz. Ricky says it was multiple buses. Yes, they bust them in Trump gear and gave them access basically to the Capitol because that shouldn't have happened. Anybody else would have been shot dead at the door, Agent Provocateurs, B. Baker says, yeah, time for real change. Okay, I'm going to just read these. You all know who you are that wrote these, okay? And just try to save some time because I got to catch up with you guys over here in Facebook world too as well. So nothing but love. Police in Canada are quickly becoming the enemy. Yeah, now there's other videos. I'm afraid to show anything because I did last night's show and I put my video that I put together and edited everything. They gave me a copyright strike. I mean, I was like, you know what? Whatever. I will whoosh now. I have spoken. It is the way. You're all talking to each other. That's fantastic. That's a good idea to buy the paper with those historical events. Oh yeah, I know, right? It's like the day of JFK, so I bought these papers. Keep them in a cardboard box. Welcome to the end times. Offworld Adam says. That guy was at Disclosure Con? Yes, it is. That is so true. He was. Really big news in the Italian interference using satellites. Oh, yeah. Do we want to talk about that? I think we could. We can talk about our thoughts and opinions on the matter. How about that? Huh? Okay, that's what we're gonna do. End of days are upon us. I can only offer free virtual hugs. Well, thank you all for ordering that. I appreciate it. I don't see any images. If you're sharing, you're not seeing the images? Are you kidding me? You're not seeing? Well, Farfig again. They don't even let me do that. Black screen? Ah, I'm already crying. Sorry, Offworld Adam. Well, you're just gonna have to look at my ugly mug then. I'm sorry, guys. Oh wait, I can do it like this. Hold on. I'm not using that. Let's see, I'll do it like this. Since you guys can't see with the screen share, we'll do it like this. All right. So there's the dude. And there's the dude at my event. That photo was taken by Mike Mahoney. And at my event outside, there he is inside with Ben Chastain. They were chatting. He was chatting with everybody. I mean, like I said, he chatted with me too, but yeah. So there, I guess that's how I have to do screen share. But if anybody wants to jump in, you can. Doubt anyone was killed. They got in way too easy. They let them in. Yeah. Kane V. Paris. Welcome. What is BS? It is Adam, just in times. This is a prophecy. Fear not, the Lord will supply. Okay. Hello from Chai City. Offworld Lab says he refuses to fade into the darkness. There you go, my friend. Darkness is not for children of Yahweh, paradise and light. I'm guessing that's what you mean by that abbreviation. Tina says, howdy. Thanks for helping. Okay, you guys. It's hard because I don't know if you guys are talking to each other, if you're asking me. Patriots are bruised but not battered. So question, do you think he conceded? I haven't heard of anything. Let's see. I'm not sure. Some of them, they dressed as cops too. I won't put past anybody. Nice hack. Yeah, right. Let's see. Trump. Wasn't Canada a beautiful country? I love it. A Commonwealth country before it became a communist dictatorship. What does QE2 think about this secession? I'm not sure. Wow, is the government out to get him? Like they are actively searching for him? I don't know. Oh, no, this guy, yeah. Yeah, they actually got him. But I knew about it beforehand. But that's a pretty hefty claim. I could get like some trouble for that. So I let it play out, and then it did happen. So, and I learned my lesson about giving certain information out immediately, because when I was doing the 3-hour thing with the standoff with the guy holding the kid hostage and all that a couple years back, I learned my lesson, because you guess sometimes you gotta be first on the news, but sometimes you gotta give them time to do what they're doing before you report on it. So yeah, I learned that lesson the hard way. I'm sorry, I'm shattered. I can't focus much right now. Okay, is that for me? DJ, hello, how are you? Phoenix Starborn, you're all new. Hi, welcome to the show. Easy fix. Use 4 asterisks in front of its question. There you go. Thank you, Phoenix Starborn. So yeah, if you guys have a question for me, because I love you guys talking in the chat room. It's fantastic. It's a beautiful thing. I'm 1,000,000% for it. But when I'm trying to go through, if you guys put little, like even just one asterisk before you type the question or the comment that you you want me to read, it makes sense. So that might help a little bit, save some time. And let's see, over here in Facebook land, oh, I got to catch up. A lot of howdies, hellos, hi, love you all. Ron Osborne, welcome. Drew Provost, hello. Wagner says, how is the photographers weren't in front of every group coming in? Good point. Hi, cuz. Liberal news is swearing there were no Antifa. Well, because they weren't all in their normal uniform. But, facial recognition's picked them up and they're listed as people that are members. And then they try to shut that up. So that's not coming from me. That's the Washington Times or Washington Post, whatever it is. Randy says, I posted the info on this man on my page. Okay, very cool. We got to get the word out. I believe that. He was getting info on Antifas, etc., from how I understood things. Okay. Let's see. It's black, no picture. Yeah, I'm sorry about that black picture. I don't know why it didn't share. It just, I don't know. I'll have to work on that. I apologize, everybody. It's really crazy, Mark J says. It's now the MSM is going to feed the narrative of all Trump supporters are unruly traitors, etc. I personally know some couple that were there on the Capitol steps and in the midst of the crowds saying that Antifa was inciting the crowd and trying to create unrest through the provocation. Yeah, that's what I would see. And that's what I was told too by people I knew that were there. So Timothy says, it was an elaborate production to make Trump look bad. Yeah. It was all staged, and Capitol Police led Antifa members in by vehicle escort. Yep. Aloha, Bill Wagner. Teresa Morris, hello. How are you? Vincent Sierra Vince, hi, crazy. Sorry, I don't want to butcher your last name. I apologize. Please forgive me. Catherine says hello. Michael from Texas, hello. Let's see, Vince. What's next? Oh gosh, it's a roulette wheel. 30 plus years, brother. Yeah, I know. I was just, we're just getting old, Mark. Susan says, no, he didn't get see. Someone asked if he did. Yeah, I don't think he has. He might. I don't know. Trump posted a video around 6:30 and denounced the violence that was done. Why did you cover up Mac and me? Oh, I didn't mean to be there. I gotta do a thing and I needed the green screen. So yeah, sorry. They're there. Look, they're there. They're just kind of covered by the curtain. So they'll be back. Alien Girl, God bless you. $4.99 super chat. Oh, thank you. Great coverage tonight, Doc Skinner. Thanks for all you do. You are just, thank you. Thank you. That's so. All right, let me get back here. I'm get back over here, and then we're gonna chit chat, and then I'm gonna let you guys call in. Okay, if you want to come in on video, it was the link that I posted in there. I'll do it again here in a minute. Let me catch up. Why did you? Okay, Trump stated time to have a smooth transition for a new administration. President Trump has not conceded. I know you were messing with me. I know. All right. I have only heard Brett Octane. Hi, how are you? Says I have only heard hold the line from Linwood. Wait for the 20th. Oof. Now let's think about it. Let's look back at the Bush funeral. How like the Godfather Trump just came in and just like laid down the law with everybody, right? Can you imagine what's going to happen at the inauguration on the 20th? Jeff Strudwick from Australia. Hello. Miss Justice, hello, beautiful. How are you? Vernon says, we're basically at civil war. It's just civil disobedience right now. Yeah, I agree. Okay, all right. Okay, so I'm gonna, Oh, so hey, Raspberry, how are you? Kara Pulling, welcome to the show. Brett Octane, Renee, and DJ. Okay, so let's do this. Do I have this? Did I have it set up, or do I gotta look at my phone? Let's see. So we're gonna minimize that. What was this one? Oh, okay. All right. This was the other thing. Check this out. But Oh, I'm gonna have to hold on. I'll show you move the camera. All right, so right here. I'm sorry, it's blurry. Okay. Breaking. Chinese President Xi Jinping has offered to send 250,000 peacekeepers to Washington, D.C. to ensure peaceful transition to the Biden presidency amid U.S. Capitol building riots. Sorry. There we go. Now you got the stare. Okay. Remember how we talked about all the Chinese that were building up along the Canadian border, and they kind of try to hush us up about that? Could that have been why? Could that have been why? Yeah. Hold on. Mark J just sent me something. Let's see what this is. Linwood just said, time for rest. I had to stay up to watch the conclusion of the greatest attempted theft in history. Now it is completed crime. Many traitors will be arrested and jailed over the next several days. President Donald J. Trump will serve 4 more years. Well, okay. Braden B says, winner award, Buchanan. Guys, the movie hasn't ended yet. In fact, it's begun. The Trump's move now. This was sting operation from the beginning. Now that you have, and please keep watching. The movie is almost over with a miraculous conclusion. Wow. Wow. Oh, sorry. I was reading that. Oh, that's not the right game. There we go. So that's what I was reading right there. Okay. So thank you, Mark J, for that. That's from Linwood's account, and Linwood is someone that a lot of people are following. So what was the other one? Here's the other one I wanted to show. Is that going to make it big? Make it big. There we go. Okay. So right here, it says public service announcement today. Just in at FCC has just issued an enforcement advisory reminding all emergency alert system participants of their compliance obligations from government.doc or FCC.gov. I'm not going to hold it because I got to really look at this. It's in small print, and I don't have my computer glasses, so bear with me. It says, the Enforcement Bureau of the Federal Communications Commission, or the FCC, issues this enforcement advisory to remind broadcasters, cable television operators, wireless cable operators, wireline video service providers, satellite digital audio radio service providers, and direct broadcast satellite providers, EAS participants, of then obligation to comply with the EAS rules, including ensuring that EAS alerts are accessible to persons with disabilities, and reporting on the most recent national level test of the LAS, the FCC, Public Safety and Homeland Security Bureau, and noted improvements in key areas. Where's the period? Is this a run-on sentence? But identified several issues that impaired discrimination of LAS messages. The 2019 EAS test report noted, for instance, the EAS participants must ensure that, okay, so basically it's just telling everybody that, like radio stations, you be sure to hit your boop, be ready for it because something's coming. Let's see here. I got people sending me oh, shoot. Is this happening right now? Oh, shit. Shoot.
I would like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol.
I
miss all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay. We have just been through an intense election, and emotions are high. But now tempers must be cooled and calm restored. We must get on with the business of America. My campaign vigorously pursued every legal avenue to contest the election results. My only goal was to ensure the integrity of the vote. In so doing, I was fighting to defend American democracy. I continue to strongly believe that we must reform our election laws to verify the identity and eligibility of all voters and to ensure faith and confidence in all future elections. Now Congress has certified the results. A new administration will be inaugurated on January 20th. My focus now turns to ensuring a smooth, orderly, and seamless transition of power. This moment calls for healing and reconciliation. 2020 has been a challenging time for our people. A menacing pandemic has upended the lives of our citizens, isolated millions in their homes, damaged our economy, and claimed countless lives. Defeating this pandemic and rebuilding the greatest economy on earth will require all of us working together. It will require a renewed emphasis on the civic values of patriotism, faith, charity, community, and family. We must revitalize the sacred bonds of love and loyalty that bind us together as one national family. To the citizens of our country, serving as your president has been the honor of my lifetime.
Oh,
And to all
snap.
of my wonderful supporters, I know you are disappointed, but I also want you to know that our incredible journey is only just beginning. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.
He didn't concede. Did I hear all that right? Hmm. All right. Neutral. Okay. All right. So, let's go to see China related. Yeah. Well, this is why I asked if you think he conceded earlier. Yeah. I watched that for the first time just now. Off-World Adam says this is scary, but it's going to get worse. Can I just here, hold on one second. Let me do this real quick. Maybe it wasn't that one. I think it was maybe. I think it was not that one. Hold on. I'm gonna have to show you the picture. All right. So I don't know if anybody out there knows. I'm sure a few of you know, but why don't they have it? Well, I'll just show this. I mean, you all know this movie, right? Road Warrior, Mad Max, Beyond Thunderdome, all that. Remember that? You know, that originally took place in 2021. Yeah, it's true fact. All right. It's going to get worse. Yes, ARG, yes, Hero's Journey. Three rated Biden's building in China. The building was empty, but found tunnels off from the building, and in the tunnels was bones and handcuffs and bags full of drugs. So, wow, what? Not surprised if it's true. Vernon says, there it is. He conceded. I know. I know. That's how I read it. The whole journey has only begun, though. I mean, is it going to come back in 4 years? I don't know. I'm not saying I don't know. I know. I'm not saying I'm giving up. I'm just pointing out information today. That I mean, he spoke. That you heard what he said. Let's see. Well, let's see. Military. We literally will have a president, this one, under Chinese blackmail. Off-World says UN is enemy. I think Ivanka will run in 2024. Agreed. It's a witch hunt for Trump. Maybe this is to get them to think they got nothing to worry about. Maybe. Wouldn't be the first time. Yes, it's only just beginning, and you never said conceding to Biden. It's true. Or Vernon says he's given in. Oh my gosh, you guys are just going so fast. I'm trying to keep up. Still got Facebook over here. Let me say hello to everybody over here on Facebook. William O'Connell, welcome. Says Tina Turner, we don't need another hero. It's entertaining, but how MSM is reporting he conceded from that speech. Yeah, but I can see where they took it and ran with the ball. I can see that. Someone says no, he didn't. Susan Jong Hedstrom, hello. Told you. Let's see. Lewis says I told you. Lots of people had Amber Alerts yesterday in different states. I think they were just testing the EBS. Yeah, I got those too. When I know there's been a lot more Amber Alerts, and the fact that it was from Seattle, I know we got them all the time. Why doesn't it go off? It went off yesterday multiple times. It's definitely, I feel it was testing. Oh, hello. Let's see here. I just got home from DC. Could you delete this when we post? She isn't here, but people are okay. Okay. All right. Hold on. I got to do something real quick. I got to take this off. Protection of a friend. Okay. Let me do this real quick. Sorry, folks. I must do this. Edit post. And I'll just take it off. Okay, because you all saw it. Okay, so how do I? Well, first off, let's get. That's okay, but I got to get rid of the picture. Edit all. There we go. That's what I want to do. All right, done. And then I need to. You know what? Shoot. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Make sure he's not in there. And then, so that's good. Wait, save. Yeah, I gotta save it. Sorry, folks. Someone asked me to take a photo out of respect. I'm doing that right now. So, because I don't want to upset anybody. Just don't want to cause it. Okay. Deleted. Sorry, bro. Refresh and see that if it's gone. Okay. Oh boy. See, this is the problem. Censorship and all this. And now, I have to deal with stuff like this. So let's see. I got rid of that one because now we're playing with stuff that I'm going to say this right now, folks. I am very, very happy where I'm at right now. And I am not depressed, I am not sad, and I am not suicidal. Let's just get that out of the way. Sorry that I have to say that, but yeah. Let's see. No worries. We interviewed him twice. Actually, we interviewed. No, situation is no crazy. Would you like to come on the show? I'm live now. Okay. Yeah, me too. Okay. Sorry, folks. Yeah, so had to remove something for the safety of another person. So it was kind of vital that I did that right there on the spot. So please forgive me for being distracted. All right. He's out there, sure, but he is an Antifa. Okay. That's what I thought. I think this guy, everybody's saying this one dude is Antifa, but like I said, I didn't get a bad vibe from the guy when I met him. But he could have been like many that were just wrong place, wrong time, followed the wrong people. I don't know. But my friend's saying, he feels bad for him. I do too, because he's got national exposure, and he's probably got. I know he's got the tribals. They're upset with him. He's still a human being, So, all right, go back to you guys. Let me get back to, where was I? Here we are, over to this chat room. I'm gonna close this. And let's see, Phoebe says, let's see, I think I read all those. Tina Turner, we don't need, okay, that's where I was. Best is, hashtag best is yet to come. Maybe a new administration with Trump and a new vice president. Mary Norris says hello. Hello, Mary. William says winter is here. The last USA commemorative quarter is being released soon. The Tuskegee Airmen experiments. What? Dave Deadwalder. Hey, how are you, sir? I was surprised to see them break into the Capitol building. I did initially figure Antifa, but Andy Nagu is saying not. I don't know, dude. Like I said, tonight's show is my thoughts and opinions on where things are at right now. This is something that will be fluid. We'll find out new information. There'll be new data that will, change the way things. I mean, that's just the way it is. And yeah. So, all right, back over here. Oh, don't say that off-world, Adam. Bring it on. Suicide by comment. No. Because no. Don't panic, people. It's not over. He said he's only just getting started. Oh, I don't care. I'm always with the underdog. You guys should know that. So we'll just see what happens tomorrow. Hitachi Hippie 64. Welcome. You seem to be a new name that I haven't. I'm sorry, but welcome. Says it's okay, Doc. The briefing video will have plenty of controversy, nothing on face value. Yeah, I just don't know. Yep. Haha. Wife just wanted to watch that tonight. Weird. Brad Octane says. Kara says you will see. Let's hope. I mean, I want nothing but good for our country. I want all this bickering to stop. I mean, who doesn't want a utopia, right? It'd be awesome. It's just, in my opinion, there are politicians that, through the greed of money and blackmail, do some pretty horrible things, disguised with a smiling mask to confuse others that, oh, they're okay because they're smiling and they wear a tie. It's I don't know. Like I said, I could not do a show last night. I was so angry. At the same time, I knew something wasn't awry because, I mean, if Trump supporters were like that, why haven't they been like burning down cities like the other groups, BLM and all them? I mean, but and I believe Black Lives Matter. Okay, but where the movement has gone, I'm kind of okay. I mean, we live in America with a K. You know why I know this for absolute fact? I mean, absolute 1,000,000% guaranteed fact that we now, or have slowly, like a frog in a boiler, have been turned into a socialist communist place. How do I know this? Because I am sitting here having a hell of a time trying to speak freely. Because I can't. Because someone's out there to tell me no, or you're in violation, you get a flag, or you're wrong. Well, what do you do? What do you do? So, okay, now, if this craziness was happening for the Democrats, I would sit here talking about Democrats and go, but this all happened with the Republicans, so we're going to talk about the Republicans. All right, Republicans, look, all the censoring and getting screwed over and all that stuff, with social media and fake checkers. Not the show on YouTube, which go check it out. It's a funny ass show, but fact checkers, who are fake checkers. Where the hell was I going with this? Oh, I just went blank. Gosh, diggity darn. Hey, I thought somebody was going to come in here and join me, keep me on track. What the hell? All right, look, I'm doing it again. Copy, paste, putting over here the message. Someone jump in the show with me to help me stay on track because I'm just flabbergasted. I don't remember what I was saying. I'm sure it was quite genius, but no. Santiago Craig. Hello, sir. I will check that out in a minute. I got to watch before I play. So I will check that out, Santiago. Thank you so much. Marie Michelle, could Pence be working with Trump, acting like he's a traitor to get close to the real ones? I don't know, because Pence got a letter at the funeral too. So I don't know. I don't know. No one, I think, absolutely knows for sure. But it's crazy. So yeah. Wait, did I do that? Did I here copy paste? Boom. Someone get some cojones and jump on board with me. Come on. Come on. I want to talk. Let's see. Got a bunch of new messages. Six Pack American, welcome. He's getting started in a new talk show in Florida. Who is? I don't know who you're talking about. In order for, okay, I'm coming in the middle of a lot of stuff. Let's do the little asterisk. Okay, if you got a question for me, that way I can find it. Okay. Brett Octane says, the only thing I could say is Trump would never and we would never let the U.S. become a socialist communist nation. So I'm holding the line no matter what. I get it. But I'm sitting here, I'm having a report on this stuff. So I have to look at it from devil's advocate, other side. I have to be neutral on my show so that I don't get pulled like all of my other friends that have gotten pulled or deleted, Mike Barra, Brooks Agnew, Rob and Ben from Edge of Wonder, I don't think Paula's gotten pulled. I don't think they pulled her, but yeah, she just started her channel. My stuff's been pulled and deleted. So on request of my mother, I said I would not lose my crap. So that's what I'm doing. But let's see over here. God, I love you guys are so active. This is so fantastic. You guys are talking about Nasara. I'm not sure where that is. Kara says, all I'm saying is deep state are now clones. Believe it or not, I'm just passing info on from a good source. Well, Kara, let's talk about that for a second. First off, anybody that says clones are not real, you obviously haven't done your research. Let me help you. Let me give you some notes that you can take from today's class lecture and go out and discover this for yourself. And I know of this organization personally because they tried to recruit me at the University of Texas in Arlington when I was younger, when I was like 18. Talking about, we'd be involved with the alien race and all this stuff, and they wanted to create a utopia and clones. Yeah, so I didn't last the whole lecture. I got out. A couple of years later, found out they were giving all these grants and money to open Clonaid. Oh, we got somebody. Vernon's here with us. So, Vernon, if you got a camera, let's see here. Let's see. Hey, hold on. Let's do it like this. Vernon, and then wait. There we go. All right. Nope, that's my screen. Let's turn that off. All right. So, Vernon, you don't have video, but can you hear me? Vernon? Hello? All right. Well, Vernon's there. While he's working on that, I have 5 more slots to go along this side if anybody wants to jump in and give their 2 cents tonight. It's free will, willy-nilly. Just please, if you could, I know I slip up to try not to curse too much because I don't want to get flagged and need to delete the video because God knows, they haven't been monetizing my videos automatically like they're supposed to. Like, you're supposed to set it and, monetize. Not. I'm going back and seeing all this stuff that I could have, made 10 cents on and nothing. So, what do you guys think? Let's look over here on Facebook. What do you guys think? Dolly and the sheep about 25 years ago, right before making spider goats. That's right. When they were doing cloning. Oh yeah, back to cloning. So, so they got this, and then they started cloning celebrities. Michael Jackson was one of them, or they at least took DNA for cloning purposes. And now there's like rap artists that are coming out with their identification number tattooed under their lip. I mean, they could have done that too. But there was one rapper who did a video on TikTok or something live that you can only do live. I guess maybe Periscope. And you can upload stuff. Or, I don't know to that effect. But, he had his twin there. I thought, special effects. But I don't know. I don't know. You got a lot more people coming out going, yeah, clones are real. It's a real thing in celebrity. Rich people are buying celebrity clones and having like underground battles to the death, like celebrity death match, which some say MTV was trying to lead, kind of seed that idea in people's minds to let them know, hey, this stuff is going on underground. Screw Fight Club, celebrity death match. And so they put it out there as a claymation thing. That's, We're just talking about my opinions and thoughts tonight, so please don't give me grief about diddly squat. All right. Feeling silly. Got me some Dr. Oh, boy. That one's broken. Let's change that for a new one. Oh, yeah. All right. So, you guys are going off. Oh man, so much. All right. Who else wants to try to come on in? I put the link in the chat room. If you scroll up, it says Restream IO. Click on that, and it'll bring you in. Vernon's here again. We're gonna try again. Hey, Vernon, are you there? Yeah, his mic's not on. His camera's not on.
Okay, am I working now?
Yes, there you are. At least we got audio. So welcome, Vernon. How are you tonight?
Okay.
Okay, so we got a delay, so we'll keep that in mind. All right.
Oh wow. How come I'm hearing two different conversations going on here?
Here, I'll turn you down. How about now?
Seems oh, it's still two conversations.
All right. Let's see here. See if I can do this.
I'm on a wired headset, by the way, which I put in.
You're on a what?
I'm on a what? Ice water.
You're on a wireless. Okay. All right.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I was just trying to turn it down a little bit so it didn't have an echo effect for you. Hello?
I'm okay.
Okay. So, what's on your mind?
Well,
Hello? Vernon?
okay. Yeah, I got you.
All right. Just start talking.
Wow, I am really far behind, I guess.
Are you listening on your computer?
No, I'm on a phone.
Okay. Well, I mean, is it like a horrible delay or what is it exactly?
Yeah, it's I'm hearing, gosh, you have to excuse me, my voice is terrible right now. Hello?
I'm still here.
Okay. I guess what I'm hearing is about 15 to 20 seconds after everything in my headset.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you on your end. I mean, you're coming in, loud and clear on this side.
Okay.
So what do you want to say? Just go ahead and say it.
Well, I've posted a couple of things up in the comments, and
we're keeping up.
And I guess my thought is every few presidents we end up having an attempted assassination, and with the way Trump was talking, it's almost as if he was giving us one of those precognition type situations where maybe he's saying, an assassination attempt's coming along or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, something's going to happen, but I've got a Paula Asteria trying to call in because she's in DC, so I'm going to have to pull her in for a minute, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Hold on one second. I'm going to call her real quick. Let's see.
Let me mute.
Yeah, mute you, but you can stay on, and then we'll come in if you want. Let me just give her a call real quick. All right. I'm gonna take the invite guest thing again and call her real quick. Pick up the phone, girl. Oh, there she is. Oh, yeah. I see you now. Okay. All right. I'm bringing you on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Paula Asteria just was in Washington, D.C. at the Capitol building. Oops. Nope. I want you to be big. There you go, big. Here. Go ahead. Oh, the set looks fantastic, by the way.
This is actually my house. I just got off the plane and just got off a 3-hour show with Laura Eisenhower on Beyond Mystic with John Claude. Flew all day. Haven't even eaten anything yet, but I saw your broadcasting and I knew, I really wanted to do the show with you last night, but as you can see, things got really, really wild and out of hand, so
yeah,
I'm ready to talk now, though. I had to process things and go through details.
So, I mean, you were there, so...
technically, I'm a terrorist now, so...
and I've been sitting here just all day going, oh my God, all me and my friends.
You want to hear everything from my point of view? Because
yes, I do. So does all the audience. So Apollo's area. Well, go ahead and finish your, because I know you just got the plane. You're probably hungry as hell because they don't.
I didn't even eat anything yet, but I really feel like I need to talk to you. Okay, so my side of the story.
Yeah.
So I'll just tell you from my point of view without knowing any of the details what I experienced. So I used to do the rally. We got there at I was with my friends from Edge Wonder. We get there at we actually head out at 5 a.m. And we wanted to try to get it close, but we didn't get anywhere near close. It was by the time we got to the area where the rally was, we're way in the back by the Washington Memorial. And there's a million people there. There had to be millions of people there. And it was freezing cold. And, Trump gave his speech and there was just a weird energy that was happening. It was just it was he was saying everyone was expecting him to drop these crazy details or, crazy, truths. And nothing was, it was pretty much just, him saying things that everyone already knew. Mm-hmm. And then, so, he finishes talking and then they're okay, everyone march to the Capitol building. It's March for America, march to the Capitol building. So we all start marching and then, we actually went on a side street. We didn't go on the main street because there's just so many people. We're oh, let's just get out of the crowd. So we go to Union Station for a little bit and we're hanging out there. And then, and so keep in mind, no one at this event, no one had Wi-Fi, no one had cell service. So no one had any idea how the media was viewing anything or anything that was going on in the outside world. So, I go to Union Station. We stopped there for a second, the train station, DC. And I happened to have one thing come through on Telegram, and it was my bandmate, and he's hey, people are all at the Capitol building right now, and I guess someone went inside Nancy Pelosi's office. And I was what the heck? And he's yeah, you should go report on it. So I'm okay. So I told everyone, I'm we should go over there right now, because we were actually about to leave. So we head over there, and when we get there, there's just a million people just all over the stairs outside. And so keep in mind, it's normally at these marches, it's you march, and then when you get to the final part of the march, everyone's just, standing there. Normally there's someone speaking, and there was no one speaking. It was just everyone got there and they thought that's where they were supposed to be, and so there's this whole situation that was happening inside, but none of us knew about it. we're all on the stairs, like everyone's just hanging out on the steps. It's like we get there and we're like interviewing everyone. We're like, oh, like, you know, this is where, like, it was like, and like no one, we didn't know what was actually going on with the election process, what was actually happening. We just heard like, oh, like some people were yelling like, oh, like Pence just stepped down, and then someone was like, oh, the power is being transferred over to Trump now, and like we had no idea what was going on. That's what everyone was saying, and then people just start chanting, "This is our house. This is our house." You know, it's like the people's house. You know, and you know, people were, like just singing, and like everyone was actually really positive where I was at. And then, but we could see there was like a commotion at the door. Like there was a lot of people gathered around the door, and I think at this point, like, you know, people had already been in there. And, you know, there was this whole situation going on in there, but it was like everyone outside, none of us knew what was going on. We were having a fun time. We're just like, oh, you know, this is like where we were marching to. It's like, you know, I've like stormed CNN in different places for like marches before. That's just what you do. You go outside and you hang out there and, you know, you're singing and chanting and everything. So that's what we all did. And like, we're like, you know, I'm just interviewing people and stuff. And then like, we get closer to the door, and the buffalo head guy, you know, Jake.
Yeah.
He comes out, and we're like, "Hey, man, what's going on in there?" And he's like, "Yeah, I was just in there, and I said a prayer for the country in the middle of the Senate and moved the energy around." And he said a prayer for the country.
Wow.
And so, and we even like interviewed him and everything, and then you know, and then there's all this commotion by the door, and I go up to like try to get some footage with Ben, and then all of a sudden this tear gas just starts blasting out everywhere. No, it's pepper spray. It's like blasting out everywhere, and I like turned around to like cover my face, but I wanted to like get closer, and then Rob just grabs me. It's like, you know, no, we need to get out of here. He's like, you need to get away from this. So he pulled me away, but like Ben stayed up there, and he got on footage. I mean, we saw it down here too, but there was like one like cop that was in like kind of like plain clothes, and then several of them in like battle gear behind him, like in a line, and he starts walking out, and he grabs a Trump hat and puts it on and walks down the stairs. And, you know, and everyone starts cheering. They're like, oh, like, you know, we didn't know that things were happening, like what was happening inside there. We thought that, like, you know, the Republicans had gotten back control of the
House, yeah.
you know, the situation. And, like, we thought that the cops were for it, and that's why they came out. Like, one of them was wearing a Trump hat. And so, like, literally, so that's why it's, like, no one understands, like, the impression of, like, what we knew outside, because none of us had Wi-Fi, none of us had cell service. Like, everyone just gets there. And so I ended up finding out later that apparently all these people, like, when they got there, they just opened the gates and they ushered them in. And it's, like, you know, like, keep in mind, it's like we didn't realize, like, there wasn't a plan, it wasn't organized like how a normal march would be, which is really weird in itself. It's like, you know, you would think they would have a stage set up and speakers. They didn't have that. They just opened the gates and ushered everyone in like they're supposed to be there.
Yeah.
But then there's already this stuff happening inside that I didn't know about, so I didn't even know about this. You know, the tear gas starts going off, and we're like, we end up going down to the bottom, get more interviews, and we're like, you know what, we should leave, because we started seeing people crawling up the side, and we're like, this is getting kind of crazy. And then, like, you know, like signals start going off on our phone saying there's going to be a curfew, so we're like, okay, we should probably go. So we get in we walk back to the car and start driving back, and then all of a sudden, all these people are calling me like, oh my God, are you okay? Did you just get shot? Or like all these people, someone got shot and all this stuff. And I'm like, why is everyone freaking out? Like, everyone's fine. Like, I didn't understand what was going on. And then, like, I noticed, like, everyone's commenting on the pictures that I had posted earlier that day, like, calling me a terrorist. And I'm like, why are all these people calling me a terrorist? Like, what's going on? And then, like, we get back. It was until we got back to our Airbnb, which was in Maryland. By the way, everyone in DC, so they shut off all the ride-share service, and no one had Wi-Fi, no one had cell service, so everyone that was there was basically, like, trapped there, couldn't leave, couldn't figure out what they were doing, couldn't figure out where to go. And so, like, thankfully, we got out of that situation just in time. And, and so we didn't even understand what was going on, that, you know, what had happened on the inside, until we get back to the Airbnb in Maryland, and then all of a sudden, like, we started seeing pictures of like Jake in the middle of the Senate, and
Yeah.
we're like, what the heck? And then like, everyone's like, oh, people got shot, and we're like, we didn't see that. We thought it was fake news. We're like, oh, someone's just saying that, you know? And then like everyone's like, oh, it was Antifa people that went in, and so it's like I literally been spending all night and all day like just trying to get the details because I was right there and I didn't know what the hell was going on. And then it's like the whole rest of the world, they're watching and they're getting all this information, which is funny because all the people that were right there in the middle of it didn't see any of this, didn't know anything about it. But apparently we're a mob of terrorists when we're just, you know, we're peacefully protesting. We're literally just outside on the stairs, like chanting and singing and having a good time. And we had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, well,
It's so weird.
Well, you keep saying Jake, and for those that don't know who you're talking about, it's the guy who they named as Joshua Knowles from Gilbert, Arizona. That was his acting name, Jake Angeli.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. And supposedly his acting career is done. He's been blacklisted. You know, if he was there doing prayers, doing something innocent, and you know, just storming the building alone is just bad. Just, I mean, whether they meant to or not, it's still bad.
You know, I feel like there was one side of it where there was a kind of plot, and then at the same time, everyone was told to go there, and then the cops like ushered everyone in. There's video footage of everyone showing up. It's like literally thousands of people are they're like, go to the Capitol building. So there's like thousands of people, and they all just start going there, and then they get to the gates, and the cops are like, here, come in.
Wow.
And it's like, what? You know, so it's like all the rest of it, like we get there and we're like, oh, this is what we're doing, you know? And it was like, it's
So
really
now-
weird.
But now you've got a new skill set on your resume: actress, ufologist, researcher, model, terrorist.
No, okay, so I wasn't really worried about on the plane. So I didn't understand what the outside world was thinking at all. Like when I got back to the Airbnb, we were discussing everything. We're kind of seeing like tweets and stuff, but you know, we didn't like sit down and watch the news. And then I'm on the plane. Thankfully, I turned on like, you know, like all night last night and all morning this morning. It's like all my photos all over everywhere. It's like people calling me a terrorist and saying all this stuff, and I'm like, where is all this coming from? Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm just like, I'm just outside protesting outside the, you know, on the stairs, and then like, yeah, it was so crazy. And then I'm on the plane and I'm getting all this stuff, and like, I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then, you know, someone from the team like hit me up and they're like, hey, like, you should probably take down the stuff at the building because they're saying that they're going to like arrest people that were there and everything. And I'm just like, I don't understand what the deal with this is. And like, you know, I'm a reporter, that's why I'm there. You know, I was like getting footage of everything. And then I get home, I land in LA and I'm in the Uber on the way from the airport to my house, and the Uber driver is playing CNN, of course. And it was just horrible. Everything they were saying, it was like so crazy. It was like not what had happened there at all. It was just in this like horrible tone, and like Biden's speech that sounded so well prepared, which he never knows what the hell he's saying, but it was so perfectly articulated, which he is not him. And like, and then they're saying that they're going to start, you know, finding all the people that were there, and that it's this crazy mob that took over the place. And it's like, from our, like, the point of view of everyone that was there, is like, we were just there, like, showing our support. Like, we were told to go there. We were ushered in there and, like, basically sent there. And, like, you know, we all thought that, like, the power was transitioning. We're, like, celebrating. And we had no idea what was happening inside. It's like,
Wow.
yeah, like that's my perspective. I literally did not even understand the situation until I listened to CNN on the Uber right here. The situation of what is being propagated, and it's just like disinformation from every angle. And I mean, who knows what the hell even actually happened in there? I've been seeing tons of pictures of it being like a straight up setup. And
Yeah. Hey, I've got Rick Mackey from Get Esoteric live from Boston. He was actually there as well. Paula, Rick, Paula.
Hi, Rick.
Howdy, how you doing?
So
I'm alright. I'm just processing everything, trying
Yeah,
to
me
get
too.
myself together here. Were you at the Capitol?
Yes, I was. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was probably the 100th person to arrive first, and I got a
Oh
little bit
wow! So you
of
were
a
at the
different
very
twist
beginning of it.
on everything that happened.
Okay.
With
I'd like to
the
hear
starting from the very beginning, I don't know if you noticed this, but as we were marching down, they had all the other streets blocked. You couldn't go down any other avenues. There was no other way to go but that direction. So they
I
actually,
went on the one side street over and was going down
Yeah, you
to
can
get
go,
away from
like,
the crowd.
parallel.
We stopped at
So-
Union Station, then
Yeah.
we went back. Yeah, it was parallel.
Right. You can go parallel on that side, which is kind of away from where everybody was going. But the actual flow of traffic was all really, like you saying, it was directed. We were all directed to go down that as if it was a march, right? So we all of the people were funneled down that street all the way to the end of Congress Street to the Capitol. So when we ended up at the Capitol, we were all kind of like, just kind of following the person in front of us, just walking up the hill there, and just in front of the grass. At that point, it was only people just nestled on the grass there, waiting for, like you were saying, like maybe someone was going to speak or someone was going to do some kind of, presentation or something. And then right away, probably within minutes, they were setting off cannons, they were setting off tear gas, they were setting off flashbang grenades. At first, the cannons.
Who
right?
was?
The police. There was only like 3 or 4 cops out there initially, and this is like right away.
Wait, when you guys show up, like no one was ushered in yet or anything?
No one was ushered in. No one had even breached the barriers or anything like that. It was just on the grass in front of, like where the initial barriers were at the bottom, and so we're all just sitting there like waiting, and all of a sudden they start blasting the cannons, and we're like, okay. We thought it was fireworks at first. Was that fireworks?
Yeah, I heard that. I was on a street. I heard that. We're like, what was that? I think we were actually getting close to walking up when that happened. We were like a little further away. Yeah.
Oh, they kept doing it the whole time.
There were actual cannons, like cannons.
I don't know. They were kind of hidden behind, so you couldn't see them. So I don't know what they were. They sounded like cannons, like just black powder cannons. Probably there was nothing in it, but. Then they were firing the flashbangs overhead, and they actually hurt my hearing and everything. So it was enough to affect me, where, I was like probably, I don't know, like 25 feet from where those barriers were, just in the front lawn. And, we kept kind of creeping up further and further because, that's what folks started to do after a while. After they started doing things like that, they were like, all right, what's going on here? And I kind of think it set people off a little bit, not in an angry way, but they're like, you're not scaring us. We're here. We were told to be here, and right away I kind of felt like I don't know if you saw the guy that was up at the top of the platform there, where they kind of take the video for the inauguration, that little middle platform. They were kind of climbing this little tower.
Oh,
so
yeah.
There was a guy up there. Yeah.
There's this dude.
Oh, are you talking about with the horns?
Yes.
The horns?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know him.
Right? So I noticed right away when we got there that this guy was already starting to incite things like, this is your chance to, do something. I don't know. He wanted us to keep moving up. He wanted us to keep, furthering our progression. And
he was leading it?
He was kind of leading it in a way. Trying to egg people on, but everybody that I was around, anybody that I was near was like, just rolling their eyes at the guy, like, that's ridiculous. What does he think we're gonna do? And then there was other strategically placed people with bullhorns, like further back. I had actually left for a little while, walked back up, and there was other people with these bullhorns here and there, kind of doing the same thing, like. Or just people planted in the crowd saying, move up, yet they weren't moving up. They were staying in their position. They were actually wanting to funnel the crowd further up the hill when they just stood there. I kept like going, okay, well, if you want to go, why don't you go? They're like, no, they didn't want to go. Wow. So there was a lot of weirdness going on with that. So right away, I kind of felt like this was theater because number one, there wasn't enough police officers that I saw when I initially got there. I couldn't see. Of course, I was on the grass, so I couldn't see, perfectly on the ground level. But from the police that I could see, there was only like 2 or 3 or 4 of them at a time out there. And then later on, as the night progressed, they brought more and more of them out, and that's obviously when things started to happen.
What happened? What did you see?
Well, things started to happen on the inside that I didn't even know. Had no idea.
Yeah, you didn't know either. So like you just witnessed
what's going on.
People just started walking in.
People are, even the ones who progressed into the stands, on the left and the right, and onto the stairs. That part was actually a breach. They didn't. I guess they didn't want us to do that, but no one at any time got on a bullhorn and said, "Hey, don't do that." Not one police officer came out. No one came out to speak to us. They just started.
Were people ushered through the gates outside? The people that went up there. Like, did you see them, like, because I saw videos of them opening a gate and kind of going like this and getting people.
It seemed like, it was just 1 or 2 people at a time. And all of a sudden you turn around and you see a bunch of people up in the stands. So they must have been ushered in because, how else would they get through all of that when they were already firing flashbang grenades, they're already firing mace on the crowd.
And they were doing that before anyone even went inside.
They were doing that way before, right? Almost immediately as soon as I got there, and I was of the first probably 100 people that got there. I was like, right, because I left kind of early. I was like, okay, well, they said we're going to be going down here, so I started following the crowd right away to get up there.
I think I got there probably like at 25 minutes to a half hour or so after the situation you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because I saw pictures from later. I probably left around like 5-ish, but I don't know what time I got up there officially. But I was there for a while, and there was quite a lot of people. But I think it started getting a little darker, and then there was I thought it was like smoke all over the place, but then we realized it was like tear gas, and I didn't realize there was people on the side. Like I was just at the front, and then we start walking down because everyone's getting pepper sprayed. So we walk down, we're just getting interviews in front, and then we look over and we realize there's all these people on the side, and there's people crawling out the side and stuff, and we're just like, whoa, this is really wild. And we just saw tear gas wafting from over there.
I missed all of that.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that was about. I was like, why didn't they just climb up the stairs like everyone else? Why?
That's all for the theatrics. See, here's what I think. I think that this was all for the newspapers. This was all for. I feel like it was planned. Like, who would do that? Like you said, there was access to the stairs. It was easy to do these things. Why would you do something that ridiculous unless you were put up to it? It's like, I just feel like there was such. First of all, why would you funnel that many people all the way down the street? You mean to tell me they didn't plan for the possibility of some kind of security issue?
And they had no speakers. There was no thing to go to. It was everyone's in there, and it's like, we're here. What?
We're here. Yep. Yeah, and even President Trump in his speech says we're going to march down, to the Capitol or whatever. Didn't he say something like that? I remember hearing something.
That's what it was a March for America. That's what it was planned, that we were all marching to the Capitol. It was
there was a huge police presence on every one of these little, as you were walking down Congress Street, every one of these streets was blocked by the police, and they had, even some vehicles going, up and down the side streets with their sirens on, just making sure, I guess they're just making sure that people kept going in the right direction. And why would you do all of that, make that such a thing, and then not have security there? It makes no sense to me at all. It's beyond, unbelievable. So there had to be some element of them either wanting the crowd to breach Congress or that they were putting people up to it. You hear a lot of rumors how, they had buses coming in to
escorted.
And I saw the video on that, and but who knows? Unless you're seeing who they were escorting. But at the same point, who would they be escorting, right? Who would be bussed in? Nobody.
You know what I was seeing like everywhere before it even came out to the rally was everyone was saying, be warned, Antifa's planning on sneaking into the crowd this time dressed as Trump supporters. I was getting that from like several different contacts of mine. Everyone was saying me this. So like, you know, I was like watching out for it, but you know, you're saying you don't think that that's what happened on the inside, because everyone's telling me that they think like busloads of people were sent there and like dressed as Trump supporters when they broke in.
I do believe that's a possibility, obviously, but how do we know, you know, who was actually brought in? Were they actors? Were they Antifa? Were they, you know, obviously it's probably not.
I mean,
just
exactly. That's what they don't want people to know. It's
a
like,
combination of everything, right? So you have Antifa plus some actors and plus some dumb Trump supporters who decide to go along with certain things.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I noticed a lot of people that were there were drunk. When I was like up on the stairs, like there was like a bunch of people just yelling. Like I could tell they were just completely obliterated, drunk. You know, so.
Yeah, you have those. You're always going to have those people.
Well, a lot of people are agreeing with what you're saying in the chat room tonight. I'm sorry, I look like I'm just like this, but I'm checking out Facebook, and then I've got the rest of the platforms.
I'll tell you what, it was surreal, and I almost could imagine it, the whole thing, the way that it went down. Even up front, I had this intuition about the guy that was dressed up with the horns and everything. At first, I'm just like, all right, I have a bad vibe about this dude. Like,
So this is the thing with him. I've seen him at several events. I've been to several marches with him. I saw him at the Save the Children rallies here in Hollywood. We marched on Hollywood Boulevard. I mean, I don't know him super well personally. He was at your event, Doc. He was at all these like little like conferences in L.A.
Like,
and then I saw him at the last rally in D.C. So it's like, to me, it's like, okay, if he's a plant, first of all, man, they groomed him for if he is, say he is. It's like they sent him to several events, had him establish himself for who he is. And it's like, if that's the case, they made him out to look like the epitome of what a Q person is. He's like spiritual and he believes in adrenochrome and all these different things. So it's like, if that's the case, I mean, maybe none of that's even true. And he's just, you know, but I don't know what to think. And then I see this Simpsons stuff. Did you guys see the Simpsons thing on it? I am so tripped out. Like, I mean, I literally, like, I've interacted with this guy so many times the last few years. Like, I can't believe.
And he's a Simpson. That's just wow.
I like really tripped out.
Character drawers. So yes.
Does he live near you in Arizona, Doc? He lives in Arizona.
According to documents, Marsha Murphy of Tucson and 31-year-old Joshua Knowles of Gilbert, Arizona, which is down in the valley, were arrested after entering the Capitol unlawfully during the riot.
I didn't see him arrested. He came out and he was talking to us. He talked to Rob, told Rob he did a prayer and everything.
Yeah, no, but sweetie, I guess you didn't see this part earlier in the show. I got word yesterday, or was it yesterday or was it today? All my days are running together. It might have been this morning. I get a lot of messages. Someone said, I have a family member in the Marines, and he just told me they just got deployed last night to go to Washington, D.C., and they're not arresting protesters, but they're going to make arrests. And I'm thinking, okay, the politicians, right? I'm all excited. He goes, no, they're going to go after the guy with the horns and some of the people that broke stuff in the Capitol. So, but that was like that. That's, you just don't go online and say, oh, these people are in trouble, if you don't know. And then it happened today, and so that makes sense. But the Marines are there, along with National Guard. I mean, I think there's going to be too many chiefs in the village, if you ask me.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering what the situation is there today. I was actually going to be there today also because I had a show, which I just got off of a little bit ago. It was at 5 p.m. like my time here. And so I was just going to stay in DC another night just so that I could do the show and not have to fly home and then do it. And then, everything that was happening, I was like, I need to go home. So I just booked a plane ticket and went home. So I'm wondering, like, I heard that there's going to be a curfew there again tonight. And I heard like people were quarantined there and stuff. Do you know about that, Rick? Did you have a hotel there, and were you like kind of
No,
trapped?
actually, no, I never even got a hotel. I just never slept. I
Really?
just drove right home from there.
Wow.
Everything was done. Yeah.
You had your car and everything. See, that's what it's like. I want to know what's going on there, because it was like all these people. There's like thousands of people. None of them had cell phone service. None of them had Wi-Fi. A lot of them were from out of town, and were like, you know, all the past 2 times I was there. I was at the past 2 rallies the last couple of months, and both times K Street, I had a hotel in K Street, and K Street got blocked off by Antifa, and I wasn't able to get back to my hotel room until like 3 or 4 in the morning. So people were saying that was the issue this time, but then at the same time, you know, they don't have any service, and they're and then rideshare is shut down. So it's like, I really am wondering what happened to all these people.
I just want to make it as tough as possible on you guys.
Yeah, and that's the other thing at the rally. There was no porta potties. The mayor ordered that there wasn't allowed to be porta potties because they don't want people there. They shut down all these hotels and everything. So literally, there's thousands of people and no porta potties anywhere.
Wow.
Nothing. There was no services.
Like,
nothing.
people
knew not to drink anything before they went. They were.
I didn't drink anything all day.
Yeah, me either.
Wow. Wow. I just don't know what to say. I mean,
it was intense. I mean, here's the thing we can't lose sight of, though. We can't lose sight of the thousands, if not 1 million people that were there that did absolutely nothing. And they were there peacefully. They were there to just show solidarity and support for the president. And, you know, that's really one of the things we can't lose sight of.
right. I mean, so many people. And that's what I was telling everybody earlier. Is like, I knew you guys were all out there. So, you know, I knew you weren't terrorists and you weren't rioters. But, yeah,
there was nobody really rioting there.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, it's like I was on the steps. Everyone was just hanging out and singing and just chilling, you know? Like, it like felt like a party. I didn't even like.
And there was that.
I didn't even think anything of it. I thought we were supposed to be there. Like, it's like I knew there was something going on inside, but I thought that was like a separate situation, you know? Like, I thought, like, you know, we were supposed to be there or something.
wow.
The video that Rob posted. Not Rob, Ben, the one he posted about the police. What was that about? Was that just the police leave or after the
at that point, so this was like everyone was gathered around the door, and I was actually wondering, I'm like, is everyone just going inside? I'm like, what's going on? And I went up, and I'm filming for this show, so I'm up there trying to get footage, and then all of a sudden, like, there's like bursts of pepper spray, and I kind of turned around to like. And I caught someone on the side, and I was like coughing, and then I started like filming, and then Rob from Edgewater was like grab me, and he's like, "No, Apollo, come down here," and he like pulled me down the stairs, and Ben stayed up filming, and you know, so I just started filming some stuff a little further down, and I look over, and like, you know, all there's like a plainclothes kind of cop, and then these armed cops behind him. They just go in a line down the stairs. But the front guy was wearing a Trump hat, and Ben had caught on video right when they had come from out of the doors, and the guy just grabs like a Trump hat and puts it on, and is walking out, and everyone's cheering. Like, they think no one knew what was going on inside. They thought that the police were with us and that they were like not going to do anything about the situation and just let the people like take back control of, you know, the Senate or whatever. So. Yeah. Like, everyone's, like, cheering, like, yeah, but were probably the cops that just shot people, right?
Yeah.
That could be, man.
And someone actually said that they said that her blood was too red, not dark, which it should have been from where she got shot. From what I've been told, she was an actress for media too scary. The published nations always know something about George Floyd. It kind of gets a little discombobulated in there, but that's the gist of it.
Dude, I'm worried about this actor stuff. It's like, I'm an actor, but then I'm also in this stuff. And like, people are like, you're an actor. I'm like, well, yeah, I do that, but I'm also.
Yeah. Well.
Oh man, I hope people don't think that I'm like some weird person.
Well, that's unfortunately our thing. It's becoming where actors don't have a lot of stuff to do right now, and they see on Craigslist, hey, we need crisis actors. We're going to film a training video, and then they do it, and then boom, it's real. And that's why I didn't go on last night. I knew something was up. I knew it wasn't what we all saw, and I waited till today, and I'm glad more information is coming out. But it is.
Yeah, I was thinking about going on with you, and I'm like, it was just too much to process. And
right.
I was talking about with Ben. I was like, you know what? We need to figure out, what the information is coming out about this. Because at that point, I had no idea what happened on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
All I knew was that everyone was like calling me a terrorist, and I didn't understand why.
So there was no storming of the castle like they're making it out in the media.
Storming the castle.
It just was like
Yes, storming the castle.
All I can think of is Princess Bride.
Yeah, you gotta have fun with it, right?
So you gotta throw a joke in every now and then.
You gotta. This life is serious enough.
Paula's making me hungry over here.
I'm sorry, I didn't eat all day. I just got back and literally just unpacked my gear and got in a show. So.
Well, Paula, you have been busting ass and taking names this past 9 months, and
now I'm being called a terrorist for it.
Hey, it's
do I look like a terrorist to you?
Right, strawberry haired, terrorist kind of thing. Oh, he wore stripes. At least there's.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I look like I'm in jail right now.
That's right. I got stripes both ways.
Paula is broadcasting.
I don't know what that means.
You know who needs to be worried is the people that are drinking adrenochrome and doing the real horrible crap. But they want to project it on us, like, oh, we're terrorists because we're outside clapping and cheering. It's
horrible to be a patriot.
What are we going to do, folks, when if this goes away? It might go, and these people that are into all that stuff, are full power.
Well,
what do you think?
The thing about that is, just because Biden or whatever they take over doesn't mean the Q operation stops, right? I mean, that doesn't go away. If that's a thing,
The Q thing, man, I always had a connection with Q because, he came out on my birthday.
I know, that's incredible.
And so I was like, oh, I got this Forrest Gump connection with Q, Followed him for a long time. And then it just got to where it was getting so technical. I was having to watch other people's YouTube's videos to decipher for me.
Right.
And, but I started getting a little jaded when things that were promised weren't happening. When the dates were put out, like October 17th, big reveal.
Hey, I've never considered myself, like, I never, like, I've always analyzed it, but I've never been like, oh, this is like, it's real movement. I mean,
I was hopeful.
I don't know. I agree with everything that they stand for and everything, but I've never known what to think about it, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it would be great if it was all, as it's promised to be, but I don't know, maybe it's just the vibe in the air from everything going on. It's kind of like.
Well, I think that there's still good people right? In the government. There's still good people. There's still good people in the military. There's, they can't supersede that, 100%.
Right.
It's like they took Trump off Facebook and Twitter and everything. I mean, has there been any news coming out in the past few hours that I don't know about? I'm like,
that's correct too. But why? My mom actually brought this up. She goes, if this guy keeps getting kicked off of everything, he's got so much money. Why doesn't he just start his own Facebook social thing? And if he owns it, he'll never get deleted.
Well, he probably will after he's done with the presidency. I think it has something to do with not being able to run a business or being out of office.
Yeah, you can't have a. He signed. Didn't he sign all of his companies over, like, his the whole Trump organization over to a black woman? I heard that.
Yeah.
From a lot of people.
Yeah, I wonder
because he couldn't technically own a company while he's president, so he signed it all over to a black woman, from what I heard. She runs everything.
He got, he signed over to charity. What other president has ever done that?
Yeah, seriously.
So
Oh, the other thing too. What about them now going after him for impeachment suddenly? I don't know if you heard
again,
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Pelosi
was hearing
just
about that
came
on the
out and said,
plane.
they can't wait 2 weeks.
no, they can't wait 2 weeks. So what, it makes you wonder why? Why can't they wait? Why can't they just wait?
They want to bury him. They
There
want
may
to
be
bury him.
something
Hey,
going on.
there's the Insurrection Act though too. So it was interesting. My plane ride home, everyone's going there from DC to LA like early in the morning, like today. So obviously, like pretty much everyone on the plane came out for the for the rally. So like everyone on the plane, it was so funny. It was like the flight attendants were like, no one on this plane wants to wear masks, and like it was rowdy. It was like everyone on the plane is like getting up and like talking to each other, and like it was wild. But everyone was like, we all like had the internet on our phones and we're like sharing information, talking to each other about what we knew, and everyone, the main topic of conversation. I've never been on a plane like that before. It was like everyone was just talking together. It was so weird, but yeah, we were all talking about the Insurrection Act. Everyone kept bringing that up.
Wow.
And apparently they're all saying he's at Camp David. Is that what's happening right now? Trump?
I don't know where he's at. I was told he was.
I was heard he's at Camp
he was
David
in
right now.
I heard a bunch of different things. One of them was that he's in Texas right now. The military.
Wait, where's Camp David again? Is that
That's up
That's in
north
Texas.
by you, right, Rick? Up in
Yeah,
there.
I think it's in Maine, isn't it? Pretty sure.
Oh.
Yeah, like way up there. So,
Yeah, I heard he was in Texas and that he was at Camp David, so I thought, yeah.
let's see. I can't keep up with all these messages.
Oh,
Wait. There's one thing I was going to bring up earlier, but this kind of all threw me off. Italy did it. Just saying, thank you, Molly Catherine, for saying Italy. I want you guys' opinions on the thought about the Vatican's private satellite that was in orbit, and which was the satellite that was used to send the official vote counts to wherever they go. And it was, intercepted, and then they, changed some votes that way. And supposedly the Vatican's in a lot of trouble.
I didn't even know about this. Like, does any American citizens even know that their votes are being sent on a satellite? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, and sending servers in
I
Germany.
didn't know that. Like, it's like people don't even understand this, and then they're like, "There's no way that we could have fraud in our election." And it's like, dude, like, do you even?
I think this has got to be the year that everybody.
Any research? You're like,
This has got to be the year that people need to take off the rose-colored glasses. That's
yeah, seriously.
So much. Oh my gosh, I can't keep up with all the messages and private stuff. That's just it's like an internet stock market thing of messages here. So let's see.
Oh, and so someone mentioned the Vatican. That whole thing has to do with they're thinking the satellites that were like that was owned by the Vatican. I mean, it's Italy is obviously.
Yeah. So supposedly the Vatican Guard are going to be arresting the Pope. Supposedly, I just I hear all this stuff, and a lot of it sounds awesome, but you have to take things with a grain of salt. That it could just be yes, and it's not like back in the day when that's the way it was. Now you have to question everything. Yeah. So Rick, you said you were there at the very, very beginning, right?
Yep, at the very beginning when we first started assembling on the lawn there.
Wow.
Yep.
And did you like camp out on the lawn, or?
No, we're all just standing there, just standing, and talking, and just waving flags, and it was really just it was peaceful. That's why we're all so surprised, like, oh, like fireworks. What's going on? What's all that noise?
Wow. So now I'm just going to ask you, both of you, how does it feel to know that you were literally in the middle of history?
I thought it was awesome. That's why I was having a good time. Yeah. I'm like literally like I'm like, this is crazy. I thought we didn't know what was happening. A bunch of people, as soon as I walked up the steps, a bunch of people start coming out, and they're like, Pence just stepped down. Trump has control of everything, and we're just like, yeah, this is awesome. And like I'm like celebrating, and people are singing, and it's just like, you know, it was like a party. I'm like, dude, this is history. This is amazing. It's like the people have control. Like we took the, you know, we came here and we took the house back for ourselves. And everyone's like, this is our house. This is our house. And we're all chanting it. And that's what it felt like. It's like, and it is our house. It's like if the government is working for us, then it's our house. If the government isn't working for us and our voices aren't being heard, there's a problem there, because that's what the reason for there being a government is, and all these senators are here to speak for the people. So if they're not doing that, and you know that's not happening, then the people should come back in and take back their house, because it is our house. Sorry, does that make us a terrorist? No, it doesn't.
No.
I mean, yeah.
Totally agree on that. And when you look back at the sea of people that were there, you do feel very proud that you're part of it.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on, what is it? This was a.
And then everyone's just hijacking it to make it like it.
Right. Well,
Ugh.
Yeah, they're definitely, as they always do with the mainstream media, is they try to turn it into something that it's not, for political gain and for control, and it's all part of the same deep state machine, you know?
Yeah, it's like I had no idea what was happening inside. I had no clue. I heard at one point someone was like, "Oh, someone got shot." I was like, "By what?" Like someone got hit with a rubber bullet somewhere. I thought, you know, they were fine. And
is that you, Apollo, right there?
is it a red hat with fluffy balls on it?
Kidding. Well, now you have.
It probably was. I was right there in that area. I went right to the door. I was like, honestly, I kind of wanted to go in, but I thought I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was like okay. I'm like, can I go in there? Like, I wasn't trying to like destroy anything. I was like, man, I want to film this and see what's happening in here. And like, I walk up to the door, and then that's when they started like bringing people out and pushing back.
If they really wanted to keep people out, if they really wanted to keep people out, there's absolutely no reason why they couldn't have done it.
Right.
You know?
Right. I mean, they had the vice president in that room.
Rubber bullets. They have all kinds of things. They could have used crowd control. They could have used all kinds of, you know, they didn't even bring out the crowd control officers until much later.
Were there?
You would think they would have already been there if,
Right.
you know, it was planned that that's where we were all supposed to go.
Did they have LRADs?
They had nothing.
Sonic.
What's an LRAD?
LRAD is that sonic
sound weapon.
Makes you feel like you're burning on the inside.
Oh yeah, that.
I don't know about that.
Look up LRAD, LRAD. It's a sonic weapon using frequencies to disperse crowds by either making it feel like their skin's on fire or they're.
I heard about that happening in other countries, but I didn't experience anything like that. I did feel really weird I think it was just from like, you know, the trauma of the situation, like, you know, so wild. It was like after I got back, I was literally like kind of like shaking, and like I think it was just like the energy from everything. And also I was like shivering because it was freezing cold all day long. So that was probably it. But I was like literally like shaking like all night. Yeah. But I think it was just because I was cold all day.
Well, I'm going to enlarge this for a quick. Thank you for doing that, Rick. Appreciate it. It's long-range acoustic device weapons. They're called LRAD, for long-range acoustic device. And these things can cause some damage. They say it can't, you know, but if you hold that beam on somebody long enough, you can cook their internal organs if you have it set at the right frequencies. It's a nasty little beast, and they used it a lot during the Obama administration for crowd control, dispersal. Sounded like I'm like law enforcement. It's just the word dispersal. You think that only comes out of cops' mouths. So yeah, high decibel and low decibel frequencies that can cause unpleasantness to the person on the other end. So that's why I was curious if they had pulled those out, since they have the National Guard and they also have now the Marines out there. Of course, you got the Capitol Police and local law enforcement. Like I said, I think there might be a few too many chiefs in the village this week. So that's where somebody comes in and saves me because I ran out of words.
I think you covered it pretty well there.
Thank you. So All right. So, hey, do me a favor. Let's get this out of the way real quick. Well, we got a nice, good chunk of people here. Apollo, could you go first and tell everybody where they can see Apollo's Odyssey and fake checkers, all that stuff, and just, where they can stalk you properly?
So I started my own show recently called Apollo's Odyssey. So that's Apollo's Odyssey on YouTube, like Odyssey, like Iliad and Odyssey, but Apollo, like my name is spelled right here, so just look at my name. But yeah, I've had that show for like a month now, and the main topic for me is like the human consciousness shift. And I was gonna say something earlier. I actually lost my train of thought. I wanted to talk about the energy of how I felt with everything there.
Okay.
I know you don't like the airy fairy stuff talk. I'm an airy fairy, whatever. To me, women are intuitive. That's what women bring to the table is we're intuitive and we feel energy. And, men, like, they have the technical side of things, but women, we're intuitive and we feel things, and it's just as important. Like, that kind of science is just important as the physical kind of science.
It is. It's just with me, I feel like I'm pulling little rainbows and clouds out my butt.
Yeah. Okay, but I just want to say how I felt about the energy there. And to me, during the talk, the whole day, like, the first event, the one I went 2 events ago was amazing energy. All the Save the Children protests in Hollywood, amazing energy, always great, amazing people, really fun time, And the last event, not this last one yesterday, but the last event in DC, the one before that, which was a few weeks ago, I think, a couple weeks ago, it was kind of weird. It was like all the Proud Boys came in, but there was a weird energy to it. There was like tons of them there, and it seemed to me like a lot of them were instigators. I felt like, they were like Antifa people in like Proud Boys clothes, a lot of them. And there was a lot of weird stuff that happened. So that was a weird energy there. And I felt kind of weird. I was like, yeah, this is weird energy. But yesterday was really a weird energy to me because just when I was on the lawn, like watching the talk and everything, like, I thought I would feel like really happy and excited. There's all these people, but I didn't feel like that. It wasn't like the other, protests where it's like everyone's happy and, it wasn't, it was a weird energy. It was like this pressing down kind of like, like even like the whole time he's talking and everything, I just like, I felt weird. Like it was just a weird, like a very honestly, like a satanic feeling energy. And you felt it all day. It's like a confusing, like, what is going on here? I kept looking at Ben because Ben is very sensitive too. Yeah. We're looking at each other. We're like, what is this? Like, what's going on here? And
do you think it could be because of where you were located? Because Washington, D.C., the streets and the monuments all laid out in a pentagram connected to the White House.
What I'm saying is the other events didn't feel like that. But there was something, it's like a confusing, like it was like a weird vibe. Like you would think if there was that many people and there, like it would have been like a much different energy. Like everyone's just, having fun. But it was a very like, it's kind of like, what is happening here? And like, even like when, like, when we're there and we walk over, it's like it was just the energy I was getting from everyone around me. Everyone I was running into was kind of like, I'm not sure what this is about, and like, and then when we get to the Capitol building, it was the same thing. It was just kind of like this weird, like, like it's like it was like kind of wild, but at the same time, it's like, what's happening here? Like it was just it's hard to explain, but it was definitely a much different energy.
There was people planted, like you're saying, and that almost to mess up the energy and the vibe of things, not just through their actions, but just through them being there. You could almost sense that.
The cancer amongst the masses,
Yeah, that's a great way of explaining it.
There was even a point where, you're talking about the sound weapon thing a little bit while ago. I think they may have had something like that because when I was standing out there at one point, I felt my eardrums like pulsing. Like just no pulsing. I could actually hear them pulsing, like a tick noise. Uh-huh. And I felt like, oh God, that's weird. Like maybe they're using sound weapons, and all of a sudden it went away. But it was like that for a little while.
Well, they do have the sound devices where they use the same LRAD technology because it's directional beam, okay? And so that's why they have a guy up on top on the truck that'll do this, like a gunner. Well, they actually used it for media purposes, for marketing, for a TV show on like the History Channel or the Real Channel. It's one of those cable channels on ghosts. And so you're walking down New York City street, and there's a gigantic building, apartment building, like 30 stories or whatever, and it's got a billboard up there. But it also has these directional devices that aim directly to a point in the sidewalk as you're walking towards it, or even if you're walking away, that if you enter that target zone, that you can hear nobody else around you unless they're in that target zone. You hear it. You can. It sounds like it's in your head. So yeah, that's a lot of actually.
I'm wondering if there wasn't like a low grade, like maybe they had things around like devices like that where they're actually trying to pump this low energy into the crowd, not at a high, so you would notice it, just enough to.
Yeah,
actually not that day, but the day before, I had a really, really bad like cramping in my stomach, and like it was really weird. It was like I was feeling fine, then all of a sudden it was like really bad, like cramping feeling in my stomach, and I was like not feeling good, and because we were walking around all day the day before too, and it was pretty much like a rally that day too, but I don't know, maybe that was unrelated, but I definitely did have an issue with that.
Wow.
Well, it's possible. It's possible. Well, you two, I'm glad that you're safe and you made it home and you were able to come on the show with me tonight. Thank you so much. I really love this. It's simple. It's actually a little easier than Zoom. And yeah, I can, anybody could come in, but I mean, you were there. I'm just wrapping my head around it because I'm catching it from way over here on TV and on the internet. There's a lot of beliefs and comments out there about what people think from their perspective has happened. But I think, like many other tragedies that have befell. Now I'm trying to be all, yeah, big words. That has fallen on America. That we won't know the truth for probably a while. We'll get a lot of kind of like 9/11.
I can't believe I was a part of it in the middle of it. It's
crazy. Hey, what about Reuben? He was there with you, right?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he was there, and Scott. His name is actually Jermaine, but I like his Reuben Rising. It's cool.
Yeah, cool name.
You don't have him on Facebook, definitely follow him. He does a lot of cool lives and everything. And yeah, he was with us the whole. He and him and Scott. I don't know if you know Scott. They're always together. They met with us in the crowd, and then we walked over, or at the rally, and then we all walked over together. We were in the middle of it all together. It's like
I saw some
that's
awesome.
Yeah.
Rick, we got sidetracked. So can you real quick let people know about your show and when it's on and
Well,
any other
I'm actually going to be starting that up pretty soon. I have a few people in the queue for interviews, talking about maybe the blue avians and some things like that. You can find me on my website, getesoteric.com. I also have a Facebook group, Get Esoteric private group, and Get Esoteric page as well. But we cover all the different subjects. We cover, the energetic and spiritual stuff. We cover UFOs. We cover whatever truth-seeking topics are out there, including politics. So,
sweet. Yeah. You know who I forgot to bring in? Actually, because I just know it's late. I meant to bring in Brooks. Did you guys get to talk to Brooks Agnew?
I tried to find him. I didn't ever see him. And like I said, it was like impossible to contact people unless you had like a radio. I didn't have a radio, so.
Well,
I would have liked to see him. Actually, when I got there, the first day I was there, he was like, "Hey, I just tried checking him in my hotel, and we weren't allowed in." And he was like,
"They were telling people that already booked that there were no rooms."
Yeah, and I thankfully I got an Airbnb with Ben and Rob, the Edge of Wonder team, so. I was like, hey man, like maybe you should just find somewhere in Maryland. I don't know what's going on there. But I told him before the event, I was like, hey, like I heard they're shutting down the hotels. You should be careful. He actually had originally planned to go in the hotel that I was in the last time. I think it was because he said he saw that, I really liked it and everything. But I told him before, I was like, hey, that hotel's on K Street. You probably shouldn't go. I mean, it was a cool hotel, but yeah, I had a feeling. And like I get my own hotel, and like, like I meet with the Edge of Winter crew and everything, but, I do my own thing. But I felt really weird about this event. I was like, hey guys, I think maybe I should be with you guys, and they're like, yeah, you should definitely get a room with us. So I just got a room at their place.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad I did that.
Yeah. Did you mention fake checkers?
Oh yeah, sorry. So I've been reporting for fake checkers. Actually, all this stuff I've been doing the last few months has been for fake checkers. I haven't edited any of it yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm just going to put out interviews or if I'm going to like actually edit like a movie type thing. Because I'm almost thinking like maybe I'll put together like a lot of footage and do the voiceover and then like release some interviews separately because they want me to edit it and I don't know. I'm not really good at editing, but I guess I'll figure it out. Like, no one's going to do it for me. But anyway, and then, Apollo's Odyssey. I've been, posting there like very often lately. Not as much the last couple weeks, but I started that like a month ago. I already have like 3,000 subscribers. So
nice.
Definitely, almost monetized. Getting close. The watch hours, almost there. And then. What else do I do? Oh, I make crystal spears for channeling energy. They're at shamanspears.com, but they're all sold out. But I should have more soon. I think there's one like big long one left. And then paulaesteria.com is my website if you just want to see more about what I'm about and everything.
Awesome. And Rick, you've got that new G-string calendar coming out this year for 2021.
What?
Okay.
That was a good one.
I was serious.
Sometimes.
All going to be bared,
Truth seekers and G-strings.
Yeah.
We should make a calendar for the disclosure scene. Truth seekers and G-strings.
Very cool. Yeah.
Well, it's not at Disclosure Con. You guys can come and sign them.
Awesome.
Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it. It's so much easier.
Good to hang out with you too.
It's so much
good to hang out with you. Good to meet you, Apollo.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. If you ever want me on your show, maybe I could have you on mine or whatever.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll connect you guys afterwards. Everybody watching, I'm sorry if I did not get to your comments. I apologize, but when things get rolling, it's hard to keep up. And you guys have been great in the chat room. You're all being, playing nice. You're just all wonderful, and it's awesome. So thank you to all of you, and thank you to my spontaneous improv guests tonight from just in Washington, D.C., which is awesome. Rick Mackey, Paula Asteria. Please go follow them, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and get the good info. All right. Thank you so much. I'm going to go to big screen real quick. So nothing.
All right, guys.
Okay.
You guys actually hold on,
Oh.
and I'll get off, and then we'll hang. We'll talk about that. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So there we are, folks. That was a awesome 2-hour show here on 1028 Live, and I got something. Hold on. I'll lose my cadence and what I say next. Okay. All right. Gone. All right. So this is Doc Skinner with 1028 Live, broadcasting from the beautiful White Mountains of Arizona here in these United States on this gigantic round ball planet spacecraft we call Earth, chasing an entire ball of fire as we hurtle through space. Interesting night, interesting past few days. Man, 2021. Let's just say we're getting all the crap out of the way first, so that way the rest of the year is good. And remember, folks, not everybody is represented in what happened yesterday, and we need to realize that was just a few people, but we will see. As Annie would say, the sun will come out tomorrow. I'm Doc Skinner, and remember, if we all lift each other up, we will all rise together. I love you. Good night, and I will see you all tomorrow, maybe, or not. Yeah, what's today? Wednesday, Thursday? Today's Thursday. So I'll be on We Are Paradox Media tomorrow night. I'm going to see if I can try to jerry-rig so I can actually be on these platforms as well. We will see. We will see. Until then, my friend.